Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Today you are going to sit for the speaking examination. You are given two tasks, task A and task B. Handouts are given. Please read the question now. I would like to explain starting with your task A. Task A is an individual presentation. You will be given 2 minutes of preparation and 2 minutes of presentation. When I ring the first bell, it means your time is almost up. When I ring 2 times, it means that you need to stop immediately. I would like to introduce this is candidate A, this is candidate B, this is candidate C, and this is candidate D. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Your 2 minutes of preparation for task A starts now. Your 2 minutes of preparation is over. We begin with candidate A. Your 2 minutes start now.
Okay, good morning to the examiner and fellow candidates. Today I'll be talking on how seeking for professional help will help you in dealing with your personal problems. A lot of people are avoiding this treatment due to perceived risk of treatment that include high cost, lack of convenient treatment options, and also fear of being stigmatized by others. But this treatment actually helps the most as we can express ourselves in a safe space. All these professionals are strangers to us and they don't know us personally, so it's easier to talk to a stranger rather than talking or opening up to a friend or relative. And these professionals, they won't judge you or they won't criticize about your personal issue that you are experiencing. So this is hugely helpful in making people feel less lonely and isolated in their suffering, especially if you have had something on your mind that you are too embarrassed to discuss with people who knows you. This treatment also allows you to see your thoughts from a different perspective. Speaking aloud and verbalizing your thoughts and emotions lets you see them from a new perspective, instead of just in the interior of your own mind. Saying them to another person actually also makes you consider that what their view is, meaning you can gain new ways of thinking about your problems simply by letting them out. This also helps create a toolkit to help you forge a strong, healthy relationship within yourself so you can live more confidently and form relationship with others from a healthy starting point, and you'll get to know yourself and navigate your life. I think seeking for professional help will help you the most in dealing with your personal problems. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate A. Candidate B, are you ready?
Yes.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the examiner and to the fellow candidates. In my opinion, the way to deal with personal problem is by confiding in a friend close to you. So this is because during our studying life, we are surrounded with our friends all of the time, as we all stay at the hostel or at a rented house. Due to this, friends are actually replacing the role of our parents, as we need to always take care of each other. Everything that happened to us, they can actually help us. By understanding that friends play a big role in when we live together, they will surely help us, if not physically, maybe just by being a good listener. Secondly, peer understand us more. When all of us are at the same age or maybe a year older or younger, we tend to understand each other's feelings even better. As we are currently at the same stage of life, it is easier for us to open up to our friends because they may be facing the same problems as we are. So we are able to express our true feelings without having to hide anything. By expressing our true feelings, it will surely help them in order to make our friend understand us better and try to help as best as they can. Thirdly, friends will surely care. So if we ever to compare between a friend and a stranger, it is safe to say that our friend would actually care more about our well-being. They are always open to hear us out and help us whenever we are in need. So in conclusion, I think confiding in a friend will actually help you to solve your problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Candy. Candidacy, are you ready?
Yes.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to the examiner and the candidates. So today I would like to talk about how to deal with personal problem as a university student. In my opinion, post the problem on social networking site is one way to deal with personal problem. I used to think social media was essentially a force for good. They were the place we simply make as a useful tool for bringing together like-minded people to share the videos of cat. It can help people to open up about problems when they might not feel able to do so in that physical space, and we still frequently call real life. Social media has exponentially increased the resources for mental health information and support. Research shows that people who get support from those who struggle with the same problems have better health outcome, whether they have a physical conditions like diabetes or a psychological one like depression. Internet supports group discussions, sport, blogs, and other social media platforms have significantly increased the resources for individuals wrestling with mental health. Online support offers certain advantages that make it attractive to individuals who might not otherwise seek help. For example, 24/7 availability. The internet never sleeps, and with the prevalence of cell phone, you don't even need to be home at your computer to access the resources you need. In the event of a crisis, this can truly be life-saving. Web-based support communities have been credited with saving people from a suicide and accidental drug overdose. Number 2, no geographic limitations. Location can be an obstacle to participating in traditional support groups that require physical attendance. Online group pulls members from all over and can cause larger numbers of people, adding to the pool of knowledge and experience. Last but not least, there is a lot of way to dealing with personal problems, but in my place and my opinion, I think post the problem on social networking site is one of the best ways. Moreover, with the high using internet in this era and world just at your fingertips, will make my opinion to be stronger and acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Candidacy. Kennedy, are you ready? Your 2 minutes starts now.
Hello to all candidates and examiners. In my perspective, talk to your parents is one of the way to deal with any personal problems. Parents, they are the nearest one and the closest one to us. So they are taking care and living with us since we are still a baby. So they are the only one who knows where is our strength and weakness, whether we could face the problem or not. Parents, they are the most trustworthy person for us to share our problems. We can be more open up by telling all the problems to them, and they won't share the problems to anyone because they are our parents, right? Okay. Next, parents won't judge you. There's no other parents will judge their children. So, parents are older than us. They may face some experience as us, and they will come up with correct solution for our problems. As the conclusion, they may not giving us the best solution to deal with the problems, but at least when we're putting our trust to our parents by telling them our sickening problems, we will feel less burden. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kennedy. Congratulations to all of you for succeeding task A. Moving on to task B, the discussion part. You are given 2 minutes of questions and 10 minutes to discuss with other candidates. Your 2 minutes of preparation may begin now. Your time is up. All candidates ready? Your 10 minutes discussion starts now.
Okay. In my opinion, the best way to deal with personal problems is by seeking professional help because these professionals, they can assist us in finding the solutions to our problems, and they know the right way to handle our emotions, and they have carried out studies and been taught on how to handle us professionally, and they know how to handle us when we are emotionally unstable. Professionals also, they are more experienced than parents or than friends, and they have experience on how to handle with people who have personal problems. And professionals also, they won't judge or criticize about personal issues that you are experiencing, because sometimes friends or relative, family, or people who knows you, sometimes they are the cause of your problems. So and there are also cases where people are too embarrassed to discuss with people that they know. Okay, so I think seeking for professional help is the best way to deal with personal problems.
Okay, in my opinion, I do agree with your point, but I think friends can actually be a better supporter because it is easier for us to approach them rather than seeking help from someone professional, as we need to set an appointment and we need to like have documents and deal with them. It's like comparing to friends, when we go back to our home or to our hostel, they are like always there. We can just come to them and talk to them whenever we need them. We don't have to set any appointment to see them. Okay, so I still think that confiding in a friend is the best way to solve our problems. Thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think I have to agree with candidate A that seeking for professional help where is one of the best way to deal with any personal problems, because some children, they don't have the courage to speak embarrassing issue to someone they know.
Okay.
Okay, as we know, in the world just at your fingertips, then my opinion will be more stronger and acceptable, because for my opinion, it just when we living in the place where everyone just using our social media and whatsoever, so it's maybe more easy for you when you have a problem and you want to share it, and when you want to seeking for someone and not everyone have at the right place, so you just asking at the social media and just share your problem, and people will reply and will help you to solve your problem. So when you post your problem on social networking site, I think it may help you more speedily and more soft way to dealing with your problems.
Sorry, but can I interrupt?
Yes, you know.
Okay. I don't think that social media is a good way to deal with your personal problems, as people will know your problems and they can use that as your weakness, which they can use it against you to break you down, and this can causes cyberbullying, and cyberbullying can lead to much more pressure and more mental illness, which where it can get worse and can lead to suicide. I don't think that social media is the best platform to deal with your personal problems. Thank you.
In my opinion, parents are the most trustworthy people for us to share our problems, so we can be more open up by telling them all our problems, so they won't share the problem to anyone else, and they won't judge you. So next, they may not giving us the best solution to deal with the problems, but at least when we're putting our trust to our parents by telling them our screening problems, then we will feel less burdened.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think I cannot agree with your point. As in this era, I do understand that parents are always there with us ever since we were born. They take care of us and they know what's best for us. But I think nowadays parents are actually too busy to sit down and talk to their children and listen to their problems, because maybe they are too focused on making sure that the family are financially stable rather than focusing on their children's health state. So I still think that when you have your friend, we all have our friend with us, especially right now as we are studying and we live together. So I still think that friends is actually the best way in order for you to solve your problems, confiding in a friend.
Can I interrupt too?
Yes.
Sorry, but I also not so agree with your point, because for me, not all friends have time with us. Some friends, they are so busy with their own work. Sometimes when we have an exam, the other one doesn't have an exam. So we're not in the same time always. So secondly, they just can hear your problem and not helping solving the problem, because they just know to hear, but they do not know how
Solve
to
it.
solve it with you. So, and not all friends understand with the problem. Sometimes they are not in our shoes, so they just sometimes do not agree with what our opinion. So I not so agree with the point that friends can help us to solve the problem. But I agree with your problem for seek the professional one.
I would like to add candidate C points about agreeing candidate A point. For seeking professional help will is the best way to deal with any personal problems. I have to agree with candidate A that some children or people feel embarrassed to share problems to someone they know. So the conclusion that we all have made from this discussion, candidate B, I strongly agree with her points. But however, the rest of us thinks that candidate A has the best solution in order to solve personal problems. So I think it is best to say that seeking for professional help would solve students' personal problems. Thank you.
Thank you to all candidates. You have completed the speaking examination. You may leave the room now.